you got headphones on? Are you
I
still
don't
listening
know.
to music? You still sit. We're in the same room, you know.
I know.
I know too. You're pretty funny, you know.
I have a hangover.
Yeah, I know. Someone got too drunk last night.
And all I could think the whole time was, I've had too much to drink.
Is that a song?
Yeah, it's a song.
Okay. I don't know where we're going with this, but
It's Taylor
okay.
Swift song.
Oh, thank goodness.
Which, speaking of
Glad
Taylor
she's an
Swift,
alcoholic too.
I had a
Did you
story.
change the setting?
No, why?
The microphone?
No, why?
I was just curious.
Should I?
I don't know. Should you?
Mm-mm.
No.
I think it's fine.
Okay.
You didn't break the cable. It doesn't go further than that.
Well, goddamn, girl, you need like a longer cable.
Well, and the
for
cat's
this
probably
then.
laying on it right now.
That's
the cable that came with it.
So what? What is it? Did I tie it up or something? Like, why is it so short?
No, you did all the
the
cable
I
management.
feel like it should be longer or something.
But no, Taylor Swift. Did you see she gave $100,000 bonuses to every trucker on her tour?
I like that you read part of that story.
What?
She donated $55 million to her entire cast and crew, including the truckers and people who drive things around. Yeah.
Well, the ones I've seen were about the truck drivers because I guess like she wrote handwritten notes to everybody. I thought that was pretty cool.
Did she though?
Yeah.
Did she know their names, or she was like trucker number one? And
No,
they
like
just said it in there.
I think I've talked to you about this before, but she's really into like gift giving. Haley Williams told a story about how Taylor Swift, like when they were like 18, just moved out. Like she went to hang out with Taylor Swift one day, and Taylor Swift opened a closet that was just filled with gifts and things, and was like, "Yeah, if I want to give somebody a gift or like I like want to thank them or something, I just pick out a gift from the closet and I send it to them."
And she was like, from the closet, like I don't want to think about it.
Like, well, Haley Williams was like, I don't have my life together like that. Like, she was like, I still have Christmas gifts sitting in my closet that from like last year that I still haven't sent to people, and I think it was like springtime when it happened. She's like, I'm not that level of put together. But hello, welcome back to Mindless Prattle.
Show where Ripley's hungover because it's her birthday.
It is my birthday today. It's Friday. We're recording this. It's going to be Sunday for you guys, so you'll have missed it. But
you'll have missed it. Go back.
Go back in time and tell me happy birthday.
Exactly. We'll just wait till next year.
I will have another one, hopefully.
Hopefully. Like
you never know what's going to fucking happen.
Oh my gosh.
Keep seeing all these scary articles about climate change and shit. I'm like, ugh.
Oh yeah, it's so frightening. Still happening. Oh, so scary.
It is. I just saw a thing that said the oceans just broke their global temperature records.
Good.
The last one was set during 2016 El Nino.
Nobody likes sushi, all right? Get rid of them fish. What do we need them for?
The ocean protects our entire food chain.
What about the fish, though?
Yeah, like, we need them.
No.
But you don't come to this podcast to be depressed. You come here to hopefully escape
You say that, but all your stories, man.
My stories aren't that depressing, are they?
I mean, most of them are.
What stories do you have?
You started off with like, did you see Taylor Swift did this? Anyway, the world's dying. Like, all right, cool.
Okay. But the top story in technology on Reddit right now?
Sure.
Man tapes 68 iPhones to his body in a foiled attempt to smuggle tech into China.
Nice.
Why would
that? How would taping it to your body ever do anything, though? Like, it's like that's like I don't even understand what you were trying to do. You just tape it to your body. You may as well just put it in your pocket. It's the same thing.
Why
it's
can't
not like
you just put
X-ray.
it in a suitcase?
It's not like an X-ray won't see it.
Like, why can't you take technology to China? Like, what?
Why can't you take technology to China? I mean, you probably have to, like, if it's over a certain amount, you have to declare it and then pay for it. Like, if you're taking
is it like customs
somewhere.
or taxes or something?
Yeah, it's not like you can just take whatever you want wherever you want in the world. Like, oh my gosh, Cartoon Network is ending?
What?
I don't know.
Like they're getting rid of it altogether? Or?
I guess. Let's see. Broadcasting marathons, blah, 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 blah. Okay. A network for cartoons 24/7. Yeah, it's Cartoon Network. Thank you for describing it. Okay. If anything, it should have moved to the digital network years ago. Blah 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 blah. All right. I mean,
So it's
I
not
don't,
going away, it's just going digital?
I don't know. Let's see. For several years, blah 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 blah. At the beginning of August 2023, Cartoon Network will go off the air after almost 30 years. Okay. I This doesn't describe when or why. It's just like they're going off the air anyway. Like what a terrible written
No, you know
article.
what?
That
We live
was
in,
so
like, a
dumb.
shitty time for,
That
like,
was such a dumb
shows and
article.
streaming, because have you seen, like, there's just waves and waves of TV shows that have been removed, and you can't buy them. They're not digitally backed up anywhere, so you just never get to watch those shows. The people who made them will never make residual money from it, like, they're just wiped off the fucking planet and
That's
gone.
fine. Yeah, we don't need to store all that stuff.
I just think it sucks, like,
It
especially for the
just
people who
sucks.
made it. It's like, can you imagine you put your life and your heart into doing something and, like, making something that you really love, and then fucking HBO or whatever is like, "Yeah, it's not getting enough views, so we just wiped its existence. You can't
See,
ever see it again."
all I was talking about was how badly written that article was, and you were just like, "Have you ever imagined why every TV show that you ever loved is going away?" And then you tell me I'm not the best. Like, what do you mean?
Sorry, I didn't it doesn't sound terrible when I'm talking about it,
Yeah,
but
I bet. It doesn't sound terrible when I crush your hopes and dreams repeatedly.
well,
Wait a minute. Is Stray coming to Xbox Game Pass? Because I will be playing that.
oh, that would be great.
Originally launched as PlayStation Day Plus Day One exclusive, it will be incredible to see Stray hit Games Pass. Launched August 10th, despite recent tensions. Blah blah blah. It says it's coming in August this year. That's cool. Hopefully it goes out.
Nice, I'll play that.
Also coming in August, GTA Definitive Trilogy, Immortals of Avium, Black Ops 2 is coming to Games Pass.
I already
That's
have
cool.
it.
I mean, so do I, but if you never played them, that's cool. I'm surprised Stray's coming. I didn't know that they were. It's only been out for a year. I'm surprised they're swapping it over to Xbox so soon. Normally they stay exclusive.
Yeah, it's
for
been, like, what, a
long
year?
time. Are you busy right now?
No, I thought you said 2
My
years.
sentence started with, "Wow, it's only been out for a year."
I thought you said 2 years. That's why I was
Oh
like,
my
I thought it was a year.
gosh. You gotta listen, girl. You suck. You pick your stories ahead of time because you can't listen and look at stories. Ridiculous over here.
I feel like I just don't do much during the week to talk about, you know?
What are you talking about? You went out yesterday. You went to a coffee. It wasn't a competition. It was just a coffee. People happened to be making coffee, but dude,
It did feel a little rigged.
it was not. I think it could have been ran a lot better. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, we could have organized it better, but
No, I think the event itself went well with the judges. I just think there wasn't a lot of room for like audience participation or enjoyment of it other than just sitting there and not talking, which is not something, that I would want to bring a bunch of people and signs and, for. Like it wasn't super exciting for the audience, which is
no.
kind of like why even go.
It was a good time to sit and chat, though.
Yeah, we did get to sit and talk with some people, I guess. But like other than that, literally as soon as the competition started, everyone formed their own little groups, like high school lunch, and just like kind of fucked off
Mhm.
and just went and talked to each other for like the next hour and a half. And I'm like, even the people running it didn't even pay attention to the people that were actively going. They were like, yeah, it's whatever. We'll figure it out later. Like, all right. I thought it could have been better. Oh my gosh, we didn't watch the new Futurama this week.
No, we didn't. We should.
All right, I'm gonna watch it right now. You carry the podcast.
No, we'll do it after.
I can't do it after. I got too much stuff going on today.
What are we doing after?
What are you talking about? We gotta go shopping.
I do want to go
Then we're
shopping.
going to lunch. Then I gotta pack, and then we gotta go shopping again, and then we got to do dishes. It's a whole day.
I need to get clothing for the bachelorette party, too.
You do have to do that.
I don't know if I can find that in store. I'll have to go on.
I like the title of this article. Barbie, who is Alan? Alan was the best part.
Alan, I loved Alan.
Know.
I liked the whole movie, but I think Alan.
I think Alan was the best part of
great.
it, though. Released by Mattel in 1964.
Alan single-handedly defeated the Kens.
He was originally dubbed as Ken's buddy and marketed alongside the appeal that he could fit in all of Ken's clothes. Sadly, Alan failed to achieve the same level of popularity as Ken and was discontinued in 1966. 2 years? He only got 2 years?
Poor Alan. I loved him.
That's crazy.
The actor, what's that guy's name? He looks.
Michael Cera.
Was it
That's what
Michael Cera? I always get him and that other guy mixed up.
Which one?
Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg? Do they even look similar? How do you spell that? Jesse Eisenhower.
It's EI.
No, it's not. They do not look similar.
They get confused for each other all the time.
Who confuses them? Look at this.
White man with curly brown hair.
They don't look similar at all. They have completely different facial structures too. What do you mean? Hold on. Sarah versus Jesse Eisenberg. Here we go. The comparison photos are great. But I still don't think they look similar.
I think I don't think they look as similar as they used to. I think when they first came out and they were like making movies and stuff, like when they first became actors that were like popular in a lot of stuff, they both had like their hair really long and curly. But I think Michael Cera has been cutting it and like.
Yeah. Oh my God, Mr. Beast is being sued.
Everybody's being sued this week.
No, he's not being sued. He's accused of bullying by the delivery firm that he's suing.
What?
So he's
suing them.
He's suing a delivery firm over inedible burgers that they delivered, and they're accusing him of bullying.
Maybe you should have had edible burgers. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe you should have delivered it. I don't know. That's funny. Oh man, I love it.
Lizzo also got sued this week.
I thought they were just complaining. Did she actually get sued?
No, they sued her.
Oh, okay. For like sexual harassment on set.
For a lot, honestly.
It was like somebody that was like, she was fat shaming, and they're like, why? Like, what is she? How are you gonna fat shame?
Her former creative director, along with one of her, she was sued because they said over claims she created a hostile work environment where dancers said they were weight shamed and sexually harassed. I also read in the article that they this one's from NBC News. There's a lot out there, but that she was like trying to force people to become like Christian or Catholic or something like that. Like one of her lead dancers was trying to like convert people. But crazy stuff like asking people to get naked or like trying to make people eat like a banana guys were holding over their crotch and stuff like that. You know?
Yeah.
And it just really sucks because, she was supposed to be all about body positivity and,
yeah,
like
I feel like it was people were like, the first articles I saw were just like, bro, like, isn't this your whole personality was like, not being into the, like being positive about bodies and whatnot. You're like, except for these people.
And it's weird because, no offense to her, but the dancers in question are definitely smaller than she is. So, like...
No, I didn't even look. I asked if they were bigger than
this
her.
Is the woman that she said gained too much weight.
Even if they were bigger than her, why would you still, like, shame them,
But also, they're obviously, like, they're dancers. They gained weight. Cool. Can they still dance? Can they still perform to the level that you need them to? If their endurance is not affected, then it shouldn't be a problem.
Not.
But, yeah, it just makes me feel bad for them because, like, it's already a difficult job to have being, like, in these productions. They pretty much abuse their bodies for our entertainment.
That's everybody. What are you talking about?
Well, but, like, people are paying a lot of money to go see the shows, like, get your dream job, and then the artist you looked up to that you're like, "Wow, she's inspired me so much," fucking harasses you and, like, treats you like shit. That would suck. That would really, like, probably make you never wanna listen to her music again. Also, the Ariana Grande Justice drama. Did we talk about that last week?
Yeah, with her, like, baby-faced boyfriend dude that, like, broke up with his wife and whatnot.
They keep,
I guess not broke up with,
they keep
like,
saying
divorced.
things and making it worse.
Like the two of them.
Yeah, and everybody's calling this guy, his name's like Ethan something, but they keep calling him SpongeBob to the point with that the voice actor for SpongeBob had to put out a statement saying he did not cheat on his wife and that it was a different guy. But yeah,
nice.
Lots of celebrities doing stupid stuff this week.
Yeah. Are you going to Pride this week? I thought June was Pride Month.
June is Pride Month, but each city usually does their parade at different times. Like in Vegas, they did it in October usually.
Okay, listen to this though. Here are a few of the Austin Pride events to check out. Right,
Okay.
there's Libza, I don't know, Libza Island Austin Pride Pool Party Series. It's Sunday the 6th and the 13th from 12 to 6 p.m. There's one called Big Gay Boot Camp. It's Saturday, August 12th at 10 a.m. There's one called, I'm going to read the descriptions perfectly. Like that first one was pool parties with music and food that benefit different nonprofits.
That's nice.
Big Gay Boot Camp is come kick off your Pride weekend with an levels welcome full body workout led by Squatch head trainer coach Zeke and DJ'd by the Equality Alliance's own DJ Ryan. Oh my gosh, that was a lot. It was a
And
long
DJ
description.
Ryan.
The next one is Keep Austin Queered Austin Pride Parade and Festival. These names are too long, man.
Listen, we're gay. We're not going to read all that.
Saturday the 12th. Pride Parade Watch Party
Pride Parade
is August 12th from 7 to 11. It's a watch party on the terrace and inside is a bar for the Pride Parade. Okay. Featuring special themed cocktails. There's the second annual TEA dance. On the 12th, Austin's biggest indoor and air-conditioned celebration. Bounce House, Austin Pride, Electric Rainbow, Austin Pride Neon Party, the Equality, not Electric, I don't know what I'm reading. The Equality Alliance and Ryan O Pride Pool Party. Drag Queen Bingo, All Tequila, All Shade. These are all taking place on the 12th and 13th of August, apparently, except for that first one, which I guess is the 6th and the 13th. But I didn't know it was this weekend. I thought it was in June. That's why I clicked on it. I was like,
that's interesting.
I thought June was Pride Month, you know?
It is. Did you see The Witcher, like, new season has been doing really poorly, apparently?
Season 4? Yeah, they were like...
No, season 3.
Oh, I thought it was season 4.
No, this is the last one with Henry Cavill in it.
I'm talking about something different.
Yeah. So, and it's not doing very well. And the producer blames Americans and impatient young people for the show's simplified plot. And it's like, you literally stripped and ruined everything about The Witcher that people loved and that you did really well in the first season. You got rid of Henry Cavill.
The first 2 seasons were great because they followed the books and the books and the games.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like, oh, I've been to that town. I've done this quest. And then in the third season, they were just like, you know what? We're going to take it in a different direction and then fire Henry Cavill. And he was like, well, I guess I'm giving up on this then.
He really cared about it. He cared about making it what it was supposed to be. And I remember the producer of the show was even quoted as saying something about how the source material wasn't great or something like that. And it's like, that literally is what got you this job.
If you don't like the source material.
Listen, I gotta tell everybody, if you're gonna make something that's based on a book or a game, you need to do it faithfully because the fans are the ones who are going to give you fucking money. Like,
yeah. No, I saw something different about it. Apparently, the writers for season 4 were getting mad. Hold on. Let's see. The Witcher
mad about
season 4 writers. Yeah, apparently the Witcher season 4, like the writers said that they've mapped it out, but there's just not a lot of materials to go off of, so they don't know what to write. And they're like, you don't have to write shit. There's so many books.
What do you mean there's not enough material? You know what their problem probably is? That they twisted so much of the story and stuff that they can't actually follow the storyline.
Back to the storyline anymore. Yeah, probably. I haven't even watched the 3rd season. Did we watch the 2nd season?
We did, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we did. It ended with them like fighting at Kaer Morhen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've seen some pretty cool scenes from the new season. We don't have Netflix right now, so I haven't watched it. But I think that the chick who plays Siri, she would be a really great actress to play.
The child one or the adult one?
Well,
like the teenage one.
I guess like the teenage one. But one of my favorite book series, Throne of Glass, like the main character's name is Aelin, and I think that if they ever made it into a series or something, she would be the perfect actress for that. Like, just badass, cool, like. But now that I see stuff like this, it's like I'm glad some of my favorite things haven't gotten greenlit for shows. Like ACOTAR, and Throne of Glass, they had a Hulu stuff in the works, but the author put a clause in all of her contracts that she retains full creative control over everything, so they don't get up produced because like they're, they'll fire the producers. But I
Yeah,
would
oh,
take that
yeah.
over them fucking ruining my favorite thing.
Yeah, it'd be much nicer. I'm sorry, I got distracted. I'm looking at some Starfield stuff. I'm excited for Starfield. It looks good.
I want Baldur's Gate.
I keep seeing a bunch of news and memes about it, but I haven't looked into it. What's going on with Baldur's
So
Gate?
Baldur's Gate it's basically D&D in a video game.
Okay.
But it's got awesome character creation. You can play the game and every single playthrough you have will be completely different. They said that there's like 50,000 something different stories you can
Sure, yeah.
like it's crazy amount of content, but it's a full game for $60. There's no in-game purchases, no nothing like that. It's all just there. And then they might do expansions and stuff, but it's just a full complete game.
Yeah.
And people are just really excited about that.
When does it come out?
I'm not sure. In the next, I think it's either out or it's coming out soon.
Release date. You keep talking.
I know that people have done a bunch of like the beta tests and all that sort of stuff. I've seen some early access content, but I don't know when it's coming out.
Oh, okay. It left earlier access and went to full release on the 3rd. So yesterday.
Oh, sweet. How much is it? Probably like 60, 70 bucks.
It's like 70 to 80. Yeah. I really want to start getting more controllers because I really like collecting them, but I don't have a lot of like fancy ones. I usually just have a lot of like the plain black ones though. But like, look at the Starfield one. Look at how nice that looks.
I like that.
It looks so good, and it has like the actual buttons listed of what they do in the game. Like that's so cool. Look! This one says power dist. That one says scan. Oh my gosh! Look at the little.
I like
buttons.
the little rainbow.
There is rainbow. It's a Pride controller now too.
Nice. Well, trying to find some happy things to talk about, but there's so much terrible shit going on in the world right now.
I just found this. There's the 10 best cartoon pets, but like some of these I don't even know.
Scooby Doo. Where's Scooby Doo?
Okay, but like Appa from the last Avatar, yeah, or the last Airbender, sorry. Devil Dinosaur from Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, the Disney Channel show. Must be new.
I'm not that Disney age anymore.
Perry the Platypus from Phineas and Ferb. Jason Funderbucker. Funderburker. From Over the Garden Wall. Which it looks like it'd be good. I think it's on Netflix, I want to say. Pascal from Rapunzel's Tangled Adventure, or just Tangled, whichever one. Puppy Cat from Bee and Puppy Cat.
Okay.
Waddles from Gravity Falls. Waddles is good. Courage from Courage the Cowardly Dog. Scooby Doo. And then Gary from SpongeBob was on there as well. Oh, man. You all right over there?
Yeah, sorry. I don't know why. I just stopped talking.
I saw that. I was very confused. I was like, I don't know what you're doing over there.
I just like so much happened this week. I feel like the main thing that happened to me this week was traffic. What are you guys doing out there, Austin? Like,
what are you doing? Dude, there were some dumb people. Like you said, you saw somebody going the wrong way down the highway.
Yeah, no. So the other day I was driving home. I had to get my wallet because I needed gas, and I realized I left my wallet at home. So I'm driving home, and I'm about to go to the turn lane or whatever, and I noticed that the on-ramp is like backed up, and it's not like a busy time of day. Like traffic should have been completely fine, but this on-ramp was backed up. I start driving past. There's a man exiting off on the on-ramp, like going down the wrong way on the highway, driving off. Everybody had to just stop and wait for this guy to go so they didn't cause a fucking accident. And I was like, man, this guy's really lucky that nobody that these people let him stop, because it wasn't like his car was running fine. It didn't look like he had an emergency. His tires looked great, like didn't seem like he was just had to get off the highway as quickly as possible because of an emergency or anything. Right. And there was no tow truck, nothing, just going the wrong way down the highway. And I was like, what are you doing? And the amount of accidents that have happened this week, it's just, I don't know if it's the heat making people drive crazy, but I'm not having a great time out there.
Yeah. I had to drive down to work on Monday morning, and I had to stop for gas on the way. So I stopped. It was like probably 5:30 in the morning, maybe 6, somewhere in there, right? And I went into the gas station to grab an energy drink while I was getting gas. And So I went over to the counter and I put it on the counter, and the lady was like staring past me, like the cashier. She was staring past me, like through the window, like out into the parking lot. And she just stared like straight past, didn't say anything. And I was like, okay. And so then, like, I stood, a little bit more in front of her and I like waved, still didn't say anything. I was like, is she having a stroke? Like, what is happening here? Like,
Hmm.
it was so weird. She was just staring past. I thought like time had frozen. I'm like, what is happening? I don't know what was going on.
Dissociating.
So then I said something. I said, good morning. And then she like flipped out, almost fell over. Like, she freaked out. She was like, "What? Oh, good morning. You scared me." And I was like,
Did
"Bro, I
I?
was like, I'm standing in the open. What do you mean?" And I was in uniform, and I was like, I mean, I guess I'm like camouflaged, but still, I'm standing in a gas station, ma'am. Like, what are you doing? I'm not in the forest."
She's like, I can't see green.
Yeah, I was like, good morning." And she's like, "Oh, you scared me." I'm like, sorry. I don't know. She's like, "Is that it for you?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, good luck with whatever you got going on, ma'am. I'll see you later." And I walked out. It was so
She's
weird though.
okay.
Yeah, I didn't know if she was having like a stroke or what,
I think we've seen this meme before, but you can ask it again. Your wife has been kidnapped, is being held in a location 30 minutes away. You're
oh
driving to
yeah, yeah.
rescue her. It's a warm night, your windows are down.
Yeah,
Do you listen to music on the drive or no?
yeah, why not?
Yeah, I would. If I would be like, I need some badass music to go and rescue Jordan.
I've- this is my favorite list right now.
Why?
It is the 18 clues that scream someone is poorly educated. Number 1, they think the earth is flat. Number 2, they turn down education and opportunities to learn. I was like,
Okay,
okay.
you know what? I think about stuff like this a lot though. Like, if someone is poorly educated, that's probably not their fault.
No, but
Or
even some of these things don't make sense. It says if they're proud of not knowing something, that's kind of stupid.
that
You're like,
doesn't
that's
that's
dumb as
not being
shit. I'm not
uneducated, that's being ignorant.
Yeah, but even if I don't know something, if someone's like, "Do you know this?" I'm like, "No, no, I don't." Even if it comes off as I'm proud of it, it's not me being fucking stupid or poorly educated. It's just there's something that I don't know, and then I'm waiting, for someone to tell me about it or to look it up and learn more.
This article was
That's
like,
so
"We need
stupid.
content. Let's write the dumbest article."
It is, dude.
But also, have you seen that video? It went viral like a year or 2 ago, I think, where this man needed help reading a menu at a restaurant. Like, he's illiterate, like he genuinely
Oh,
couldn't
yeah,
read.
yeah. It was like at
And
a shop or
some sort of
something,
coffee
wasn't
shop,
it?
yeah. And he was like, "Can you please read the options for me?" And she's like, "You can't read. It's right there." And
Oh,
finally, another customer like stepped in and starts reading it to him, and she was like, "My aunt is
yeah.
illiterate.
Mhm.
Some people genuinely," and I think about stuff like that, and I'm like, it just makes me sad because, like, you know, that man really
Like, yeah,
couldn't
some
help it.
people
Like,
can't read. All right, calm down.
and I
I
think
mean,
that because so many of us now do have those opportunities and have those education, people are just like, well, you're stupid if you don't know this. But if you were maybe a less privileged person, you might not know it either.
yeah, I don't understand putting that down. Like, you don't know what people have gone through or done.
Yeah.
But
And I mean, I'm sure I come off really dumb sometimes to people, and hopefully with somebody would not judge my whole self worth based off the dumb shit I say.
yeah, that's my job. You guys quiet down.
Listen,
what
I don't know. I'm not like super excited for anything right now. Like, I'm like,
do you
I want to go
mean?
shopping. I'm excited for shopping.
What are we going shopping for? Let's talk about going
I
shopping.
need new
You
clothes
need new clothes?
because I'm chubby.
I highly doubt that, but
I've gained a
okay.
bunch of weight and I need new clothing because
What
I
is a
can't fit in my
bunch of weight? Did
shorts.
you gain 90
I
pounds?
gained 30
That's not
pounds.
a bunch of weight. That got you up to a healthy weight for your age.
I
What do you
know.
mean? It's not a bunch of
It's
weight.
still
You
hard,
were
okay?
underweight. Now you gotta get clothes that aren't for, like, high school kids. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
And then I need bachelorette clothes too. I'm going to a bachelorette party in a few weeks. Oh my god, it's in a few weeks.
Yup.
Time is passing by so quickly.
No, it's not linear, remember? You were
What if it's
very
not?
you were very adamant about how time passes differently around all of us, and you were very upset about it last night.
Have you seen was I?
Yeah.
What did I say?
Remember a little bit ago when you were like, "I remember the whole night." No, you don't. All right? You don't remember the whole night. Here's what happened. We were in the car I was driving back and a car passed me going really fast, and I was like, "Man, look how fast they're going." And you're like, "Yeah, like time." So, "What are you high? What are you talking about?" And you said, "Well, time, it's just not linear." I was like, "What the fuck are you what do you smoke? Like, what are you doing?" And you're like, "It's just freaky to think about. The time, it's just passing differently." I was like, "Okay, what the hell are you talking about?
Damn.
What
Those
time?
are, like,
What's"
anxiety thoughts
I
I
was like,
normally keep to myself.
"I know," and you were like, "It's just the way my brain works. I can't help it." And I'm like, "Your brain works off of time. Were you smoking it?" And you're like, maybe it's passing through me differently." That's the conversation we
Okay.
had.
That's so funny because, I was just what are they called? I don't know what it's called, but they found out, like, these, it's like it's like some sort of I don't wanna call it the wrong thing, like an atom or something. It's like a type of molecule in
Uh-huh.
the universe
Yeah.
that we can't see, but they're constantly passing through everything.
Yeah, time molecules.
No. I watched this video about it the other day because someone was talking about how they used these particles that are constantly moving through everything, to take a picture of the
The
sun's
tetraquark?
no, the sun's, like, nuclear
I
fusion. Let
don't
me see if I
know.
can find that TikTok real quick 'cause
Scientists discover 4 new particles on but this was in 2021. I don't think there's been any new particles found recently. I think TikTok just found it recently is what it is.
they're like,
Yeah, what you looking for over there?
I thought it was really strange. They're known as, like, the ghost particle or
The ghost particle? Is that what you're looking up right now?
something? Neutrinos.
That how is that new?
So
That's not
they're not
new.
new,
Oh
but
my god.
they recently used neutrinos to take a picture of the sun's nuclear fusion.
Good. Neutrinos discovered in 1956. All right, you're all off on your facts. This new particle they found.
Okay, so it's in July, I guess.
First
Um,
detected
Neutrino
1956.
portrait of our galaxy reveals high energy particles from within the Milky Way.
Uh,
And they think that it's possible these neutrinos are what like connect everything in the universe. But this is the picture that they made using the neutrinos. This is inside of the sun.
I'm pretty sure that someone just went on MS Paint and did some pixel art, but
No.
okay, whatever you say. They
But
did some pictures of fusion. What does a picture of fusion look like? Hot? Like, what do
but that's
you
because we can't go there, so we can't look at it.
So
So it's
what? We don't
cool.
need to look at it to know that there's fusion going on in the sun. We've known that for decades
I
now. We've
just
known for
thought
decades that the
it
sun has had
was
solar fusion.
cool.
That's where it gets its heat
But
from.
to have a
And
picture of
energy.
it, that's
A
pretty
picture of
cool.
it. It's not a definitive picture of anything. That's a definitive picture of pixels. Yeah,
Darn, I got excited. I saw this article said $28 billion plan to legalize cannabis. It's in
not here.
Australia.
I was gonna say there's not a chance that it's here.
'Cause Greg Abbott
Not even
sucks,
a
and I'll say it with my
chance.
chest. Fuck Greg Abbott. And, like, the man just sucks, and, like, he's disabled, and yet he keeps enacting policies to fuck over disabled people. Make it make sense.
Okay. Like what? What policy? You're Googling it? You
I
don't know off the
don't
top
know
of
off
your
the top of
head?
my head.
Well, don't say it
I'm
if
on
you
the
don't
news a
know.
lot,
Well, then how about you read the article and commit it to memory so you can talk about it instead of just reading the headline,
and then
spouting it out loud, and then not giving any more information on it.
so weed is decriminalized in Austin, but,
God.
it's not
Yeah,
legal
we're
in
just skipping
Texas.
over it, huh? All right.
Oh, I'm not gonna talk about it if I don't have the right stuff to say.
You brought it up. You're the one that brought it up. You brought up the conversation, and then you went,
I'm
anyway, I have
shutting it
no proof.
down.
Anyway, I have no proof about this. Like, if you gonna bring something up, show proof or shut up.
When we started Mindless Prattle, we were immediately overwhelmed with all of the different tasks that come with starting a podcast. The audio, video, website hosting, editing services. It's enough to make anybody dizzy. If you want to start your own podcast, that might be one of the biggest things holding you back. Editing and production can be a huge learning curve and was what made me the most nervous when we started this podcast. Don't worry, you don't need to become an expert audio engineer to run a great sounding show. If you head on over to mindlessprattle.com/Alitu, that's ALITU, you'll find a great little web app that was designed to make processing, editing, and publishing super easy. Alitu lets you create a podcast without knowing anything about audio production. It'll do conversion, leveling, noise reduction, and everything else at a press of a button. Finally, you can either download the finished episode or have it published directly from the app. So don't let editing and production get in the way of sharing your message with the world. Get started with Alitu on the monthly plan at $38 or the annual plan at $380 that will give you 2 free bonus months. You also get a 7-day free trial with either plan, so head to the link and give it a shot. Head on over to mindlessprattle.com/Alitu to create the podcast of your dreams. That's mindlessprattle.com/ALITU.
Can you plug in a keyboard into an Xbox?
I mean, I assume so. I don't know. Like, you might have to jailbreak it, but
Jailbreak a keyboard?
yeah.
What? What are you talking about?
Because I don't know anything about programming, okay? Like,
Programming.
I assume there's programming needed because it's
The easiest way, you can plug in a wired USB connection. Okay, cool. I might try that then. Like, you know what I mean? Because my controllers and stuff is just so slow. But I think
Do you need a new controller?
no, I honestly think it's just the hotel Wi-Fi is so
It's
slow.
that bad?
It's so slow that I can't play any like competitive games. Like I'll play single player games and it's fine, but anything that requires like stable internet is just terrible.
I don't have that problem.
I know,
Playing
because
The
you live
Sims
here.
constantly.
I'm gonna start not paying for the cable. How about that?
You want me to pay for cable?
No, it's too late. You're just using too much cable around here,
Well,
even though we have no data limit.
I know. I see people like my coworkers and stuff will complain about having the internet through their like apartments or whatever, and they're like, I could get such a better deal and get so many more plans for this price. And I'm like, no, the
You
fuck you couldn't. Like, what are you
you
talking
usually
about?
can.
If you're doing like fiber or something, but I think just for like a regular Wi-Fi package, I think this is about average price, $80 a month, right? That's what we pay.
We're paying 80 a month, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty average for like, and we have high speed, and like I don't notice any issues when I'm gaming most of the time.
We shouldn't, but I'm trying to find I need to get a random address. Hold on.
What?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Where's a neighborhood with houses?
Oh, try down there.
Try down there. Yeah, that's
like
what I wanted.
down that way.
Down that way somewhere. Yes. All right. You there? What is your address? Oh, of course.
No addresses were harmed in the making of this podcast. Man, I'm really getting messages from everybody on the planet. Steinberg Diagnostics texts me every year on my birthday.
Yeah.
Ripley, happy birthday from your friends at Steinberg Diagnostic Medical Imaging. Reply stop to opt out. Thanks.
Why don't you reply stop?
I don't care enough.
Oh no. I'm a new customer. It said the address I picked already has internet.
They're
I just want
like,
to quote, damn it. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, see, look, our internet right now is 200 megabits per second, right? We pay 80 a month. It's 30 a month for a house.
for just internet though?
Right.
Like that's not including like all the other stuff.
Right, for just internet. Well, that's all we have is just internet.
No, because they give us. Don't we have cable included in all that? Like, we just don't use it.
They might include. Yeah, you're right. We do have cable, but still, even if we went to like 500, it'd still be less than what we're paying now.
We should really get a house.
I know. Look, we can get 5 times the speed for almost the same price that we're paying now. Like, this would be way faster.
Damn. And I wish we could pay to upgrade it because I would do that.
I know. Like, I don't know why you can't. Like, even like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, their most basic packages is 300 per month. But like, even if we had, let's see, 500, 500, 300, 300. Yeah, so we get a slight discount if you had all of them, but just for internet, for the same internet would be $50 less per month.
Yeah, I mean, I guess when we move out,
Crazy. Yeah, we gotta start looking at houses. if you guys have like a house that's for sale and it's really nice, like let me know.
And less than like 500K.
I saw the other day a house on Reddit. It was an ad. It said house for sale. It was 7,000 square feet, and it was 2-story. It looked really nice, and all the pictures were great. Someone was like, "Why is this house only $180,000?" And someone goes, "Oh, you got to look at the location." And someone pulled it up, and they're like, "I don't get it." And they go, "Well, it's in Ohio."
I
Who
follow
wants to live in Ohio?
I followed these Facebook pages for a while where it'll find houses that are less than $200,000 that are great, and then it's always in some random ass place, like, it'll be, like, middle of the nowhere, South Carolina or something like that, you know?
Yeah, that was what my boss too. He's like, "Yeah, I'm getting a house." I'm like, "Where?" He's like, "Probably like outside San Antonio or outside town somewhere." I'm like, "Yeah, because anywhere in town or near a town is just way too expensive to buy. Like it's crazy." We got a report from the Austin like housing market a few weeks ago that said, "Oh, the it's a good time to buy a house. The prices of the average cost of a house is down." It said the average cost of a house in 2022 was 850,000. Now the average cost of a house in Austin is down to 725,000. Buy now. Like, why would I know?
Great timing.
No, thank you.
I'll wait for the market to crash and ruin everybody's life again.
Yeah, right. Like, I'll just wait. It's okay.
Florida effectively bans AP psychology course over LGBTQ content.
AP psychology?
Yeah.
But okay. Dude, what is happening in Florida?
I mean, it's been Florida, and it's just
Yeah.
getting more Florida.
It's getting worse. I don't know what's happening.
Really, I mean, Ron DeSantis, I saw a thing from him earlier. He wants to run for president or some shit. He said something about how he'd start slitting throats if he got into office. Like,
I
that's the
don't
man
think
you want
they
to be
have.
president?
I don't think they're. What is it? The donation amount is where they need it to be for him to like get far in the presidential
Oh.
race.
They've also banned reproductive health classes for middle and high school students.
Yo,
So, I'm sure
crazy.
Florida's pregnancy rate is probably about to explode.
The rich people need the pregnancy rate to go up so they can have more workers to exploit. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's true. I keep saying all these things, and it's like, oh, people aren't buying enough of this. People aren't buying enough of this. Bitch, we can't afford anything. If your market fails, it's because you made it literally impossible for us to afford anything. And what ticks me off about all of it is like people will say, well, people have to buy it. Like you have to pay for the. No, you don't. You literally don't. We made up this whole stupid system ourselves. But also, there's so many resources that are just not being distributed. Like they're just here. Like we have enough food and water and everything for everybody on this planet. It's just not going to the places it needs to. Humans are so stupid. I hope the aliens come and take over. Like, please.
Have you?
I keep seeing all these memes on TikTok where people are like, the aliens are like, take us to your leaders or we will kill them. Bro, do it. Please. You could not do worse than they're doing.
We're gonna take over Earth. Oh, fucking finally.
I
Like,
saw
you
one,
guys
it
are
was
gonna
like-
redo this?
I saw when they were like, if you do not give us what we want, we will poison your air supply. Government already beat you to it, man.
Yeah,
okay,
it's
we'll
already
destroy your
happening.
oceans. Already underway. Can you fix it?
Yeah, and then the room was like, fine, we'll just destroy all your forests. And they're like, you're not gonna believe this.
Yeah, like listen, aliens, I know somebody told me, like, I think it's in Star Trek or something, you know how like they don't go to planets that are like pre-warp drive or whatever because they want to fuck up their development.
What?
I think it's in Star Trek.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, they don't mess with planets that haven't developed enough. If that's why the aliens are staying away, please, for the love of God, please take over.
No, I'd rather just let it fail. Like if you drive by, you'd be like, nah, I don't.
Or do you think like Earth is like the planet they go to watch like for drama and stuff? They're like,
No.
let me get my popcorn and watch the humans fuck up their planet.
That guy on Twitter said it best: "Is Earth is the planet that aliens drive by and then lock their doors."
Earth is the ghetto of the universe.
Pretty much, dude. Like we send out a bunch of random like things into space that take pictures, and that's about it. Did you see? Oh, speaking of that, did you see one of the NASA scientists? I think he was an intern. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to look it up. But the longest range like probes that we have are so far away that it takes like I think it said like a month for them to get commands to the
Mhm.
like probe. Like when you send it, it takes a month to get through space to reach the probe to give it instructions on what to do for like the next year, right? This guy at NASA sent the wrong instructions.
Yikes.
And after it got there, they lost communication with it and they don't know where it is now because it's gone and they have no way to look for it. I was like, man, you fucked up. Like the longest range like satellite we had, one of the two longest range, and you sent it the wrong directions, and now nobody knows where it went.
That's like a $1 billion mistake, isn't it?
It's pretty bad. I was like, oh man. Have you seen these pictures? Okay,
No.
I'm all over the place today.
It's okay. I'm sure that people
Um,
in the podcast love it.
oh yeah. Okay, so have you seen the drama around the zoo in China and their bears?
No.
You
I'm
haven't?
sure Chinese zoos aren't
Oh my
great, but
gosh. Okay, so this is the drama, right? A zoo in China is denying claims that its bears are not humans in bear costumes.
whoa.
Look at the pictures of these bears. They say these are not humans in bear costumes. If you haven't seen it, you need to look this up. These pictures are amazing. It's of like bears. I say it with quotes, bears standing on their hind legs and waving to people.
There's like a
And
flap on his head.
yeah, they're like, yeah, these sun bears are not people. They're definitely wild allegations pretending to be from Malaysian sun bear seen standing up. A human inside this there would never survive the summer temperatures. It's obviously a bear.
That doesn't make me more confident.
Like this is a picture of an actual sun bear. This is a picture of what they saw. Like, look
Look at
at
the
that.
feet.
Look at it. It's so different than an actual sun
Yeah,
bear.
look at the feet. Those aren't
It's
paws.
so dumb.
Although I have seen bears will stand up and act like people sometimes.
They will, but not to
But
this
look at
like
he's
degree.
flat-footed too. Exactly what a human in a bear costume would say.
Like this is ridiculous. No, horrific living conditions. Like, oh
But
my
you know
gosh,
what?
dude, this
The
is a
way
real
I've
bear.
seen articles about Chinese zoos before being really terrible, so it's probably better that it's
I
people.
do. I know, right? Hold on. I'm gonna find. I'm gonna try and find the video of it because I really want to watch it. Sparks online debate. They say the bear is not a human in disguise.
I bet it isn't.
It might not be, but it looks so funny.
I mean, oh,
Look at
I
it.
mean, that does look like a bear.
The zoo's bears were real after it circulated. So
Okay, that
that's
looks like a bear.
its neck just gets so wide and flat that it doesn't look real. Look at it. They don't look real.
Maybe they're just treating their bears so terribly they
Oh my
look like
gosh,
people.
dude. They're so
'Cause
funny to
shouldn't
look
bears be
at. Like
fatter?
they might be real, but like it's just so funny to me that they definitely don't look real
They
in those
don't look like
pictures.
bears, no.
Yeah. I fucking love it. So you know how like humans have like we all have different, accents and like languages.
Mhm.
You think fish have accents? Like if a different fish like swam up to another one, do you think it'd have an accent?
No, but I don't know how they communicate. Like, do they just go communicate through, like, glubs?
Because like, like whales, they communicate
Through
through
sonar.
sonar, right? But not all fish have sonar. Like dolphins have sonar, sure. Like narwhals and beluga whales have sonar, but like regular fish don't. So like, how do they communicate? Do they have a different language? Do they have accents? I think they have accents. Like, are their bubbles different? Like, oh man, do you see that oval shaped bubble,
I wonder
motherfucker,
what
over
kinda
there?
sounds they make. 'Cause I know, like, dolphins obviously, like, squeal and make
Yeah, they click. Yeah,
sounds.
they click and they make sounds, right?
So maybe fish do that too. They have teeth and tongues, so, like, I guess it's possible.
I don't know.
They probably don't do it when humans are around. They're like, "Oh shit, Steve's here. Stop
Talk to
talking."
each other. How do fish talk to each other? Um, do Do fish talk? No. They produce different sounds when they communicate. Do fish, communicate with each other? All right. Do fish have accents? Let's see. Videos of do fish have accents? I'm glad I'm not the first to ask
Man,
this. Can fish have regional accents? Scientists believe that cod do. What?
okay, so fish have accents.
Yeah, I was right. Scientists say, "What is this? You say potato, I say potato. You say tomato." All right. American cod recordings are very different from European cousins, so there is a precedent. This species is a highly vocal with traditional breeding grounds established over hundreds or even thousands of years. Um, they have a diverse range, but the sounds they make, while similar in like tone, are different. They mean the same thing supposedly, but they have different sounds, so they're thinking that they have accents. Bro, fish have accents? I didn't even know. I was just guessing. That's
That's really
ridiculous.
cool.
I did not
Shoot,
know
okay,
that.
it's unrelated, but
Yeah.
so I got a new partner at work, like a new employee. Um, and literally, like for like one of my other employees walks up to her and goes, "Ripley is the best manager ever, like ever." And I was like, "Wow, you are setting her expectations up real high." And she's like, "That's okay. My previous manager was really bad." So
Nailed
that's everybody that comes to me. They're like, "Yeah, I really hated my last story," and I'm like, "Well, I'm
it.
glad
There's
I can
this
make it not suck."
Barbie Wan Kenobi cosplay.
Oh my gosh.
I love it. It's great.
You know what I think is gonna be great about the Barbie movie is,
What's up?
people are going to realize if you market to women, they will actually buy your shit. Like, there's a whole untapped market there of nerdy ass bitches who want to buy pink colored nerd things. It's me, I'm nerdy ass bitches. Please give me more pink things.
Bro, what is this? Call of Duty has become too silly and unrealistic. Have you missed the past like 5 Call of Duties? What do you mean?
Like, what
I
I don't why do they think that?
I mean, all of the skins look like funny, but those are still like real skins you could make. But like, did you miss the one where people were like jumping around in mech suits and like the one where you could like grapple off walls and things and like wall run? Like there was a whole like 4 or 5 of them that did that.
Also, it's a
Every
video game.
every one of them was like Call of Duty's not real
Like,
anymore. No.
I don't wanna go to real war and, like,
Well, their
experience that.
first several Call of Duties, like World at War
War at War is my favorite of
and
all
Modern
time.
Warfare, and even the original Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2, they were like super realistic, and they were like, "Here's what guns actual people are using now." And in the new Modern Warfare 2,
Well,
yes,
we ran out of wars.
they still have like the guns and stuff, but they're named completely different. Like instead of the AK-47, now it's like a Karatov or something, and you're like,
Yeah, they
I
have their
don't.
own names.
Yeah, you're like, why did you rename it? It's just an AK, isn't it? Like it looks the same, it fires the same. Somebody's suing Taco Bell, by the way.
There are a lot of lawsuits this week. Oh,
Yeah,
wait, no, I saw this one. The
yeah, because the
picture
pictures are not
No,
described
okay,
as
but did you see the
advertised,
picture
and you're like,
they put as evidence? It was, like, this next to
yeah,
that.
it was
Oh
it's
my
so different from
god,
what they
like, that is not
advertise.
even you
It's
expect
not
it to be a
even close
little
to the same.
different, but there's, like,
Yeah.
nothing on that. Not sure which is weirder. The fact that someone brought an actual baby to an 11:50 AM screening of Oppenheimer a couple days ago, or the fact that said baby was glued to the screen throughout, didn't cry, and only coughed a couple of 3 times in 3 hours. I don't know, I'm not really interested in seeing Oppenheimer because I saw this whole article about how, like, the story in it isn't even how it actually happened, and it's
No,
just
I bet it's
telling
not,
this
but
guy's story about how he's a genius, even though he literally fucked up a ton of people on a reservation with all the, like, testing and stuff they did.
yeah.
The natives from that area, like, have come out since that happened and, like, talked about how he pretty much ruined their fucking lives, and that's not the story that should be being told.
Did you know that the US faked a bunch of atomic bomb videos
Why?
and leaked them to Russia to scare them?
What?
Yeah, have you not seen
I mean,
those?
I guess I mean,
Like all the
considering
videos that they show of the atomic bombs going off, like the classic ones of like the
yeah, the
house like
cloud and
falling
everything.
over and like everything like that. Like some of them, like the cloud, they filmed it from far enough away you could see the cloud. Some of them, like the black and white ones, where it shows the house and then all the dust flies off the house, and then the house like falls over and disappears. That's all fake. That one's fake. Like you can see in that video. I want to.
Why? When the actual bomb itself is scary enough, you don't like Japan happened. We fucked them up. That was really terrible. Humans are just awful. Like why do we need these types of weapons? Like
Well, no, like they released these videos of what the bomb could do, so that they would like scare,
other countries
uh,
into not doing it?
just scare other countries in general. I think it's this video. Let me try and pull it up. So like this picture was real, or like this part of the video where they're showing the that, but this part's fake, like that.
How did they fake that back then? Like
They just set up a set and then blew it away. But like, why would the question is, if you want to look at it, the house got blown away, but whatever the camera was sitting on is perfectly stable.
oh yeah, I guess.
And like at one point, there's a car that's sitting behind a house that's not there. The explosion happens, and then there's a car there that like it runs into.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like it's the they're like, how is the camera like able to stay stable, but all this like blew up? You know what I mean?
Also, wouldn't a real bomb do more damage? Like that looks like the house imploded.
Yeah, that was they were friggin' they were this is all just propaganda like videos. But then they go into a similar house.
What kind of
It's
propaganda
super
do you think
weird.
people are gonna
Hmm.
learn about later, like from this time period, if people are still alive?
Propaganda? I don't know.
Yeah, because I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff we're not even aware of.
Have you heard of the game Venba?
No.
Yeah, okay. So it's not very long. It's only like an hour. I played it I played the whole thing Wednesday, I want to say. But you play as Venba and her husband, and you have this kid, right? And this kid's name's like Cabin or something. Like they moved from India to Canada, and they tried to make a life there, basically, right?
Mhm.
And there's gonna be some spoilers. It's only like an hour long, just so you know. There's not that much that goes on in the game, but the only thing you do is you sit through cutscenes of this family's life, and then you make Indian food based off of like your mom's recipes that you have to like reconstruct from memory, basically. But this like it's really fun. You get to learn how to make like some foods and stuff, you know.
Mhm.
However, the plot in it is very sad. Like it is very upsetting. Like this family's life of like they struggle, like they're struggling to get by. The husband can't find a job. The son's growing up ashamed that he's and embarrassed that he's from India, so he refuses to like eat any of the Indian food at school because he gets embarrassed in front of his friends. He refuses to speak like Tamil when he's at home. He only wants to speak English because he doesn't want to be reminded of
Mhm.
it. And then it skips forward. He's going off to college, and he's a little asshole to his parents, and I wanted to slap him. He basically was just like, "Oh, by the way, my friends and I are gonna drive up to college tomorrow," and they're like, "Oh, I thought we were all going together," and he's like, "No, no, I don't want to bother you with the drive. I'll just go," and then he just leaves. They get into like a big fight, and then it skips forward in time so much that it's just like, here's this kid, you have him, here's this young adult, he's going to college and he hates you, and then skip forward, your husband dies, and then skip forward, like the kid just stops talking to you,
Mhm.
and then he texts you one day and was like, "Hey, I'll be there in a little bit." So you spend like 30 minutes like making this entire spread of the Indian food and all his favorites, and then you fall asleep waiting for him to come by, and then he texts you like a little bit later and was like, "Hey, something important came up, I can't make it." So like all this food just goes to waste, and it's super sad, and like you just sit there like alone on a porch. And then at the end, you see the kid in the house, and there's no one else there, and the kid's just like going through all boxes of stuff that got left there, and then he's trying to so you go through his text messages where he's producing a show, a TV show about a kid who is moved from a foreign country to Canada or the United States or something like that, and doesn't fit in very well. and then and doesn't get along with people, and he's like writing this show. And at some point one of the producers was texting him and goes, "Hey, we need you to make some traditional food so that you can for the character in the show. Do you have any recipes or something so we can bring them in?" And he texts back and he said, "Honestly, I don't feel comfortable with that because I would just bring food to school, but I would never eat it because I was too embarrassed to eat Indian food in front of my friends." And then he erases that whole thing and he's like, "Yeah, sure, I can do that." So then he starts looking through this recipe book that was his grandmother's that his mom spent like most of his life like recreating and adding to, to like make it like restore it basically. And then he starts going through like all these memories of the first time he had these dishes and like of when like his dad died and she made him like super happy food and they had a good time and then they made like a little rocket ship together. And then he gets really sad and he's like, "Oh shit." So then he quits the show and then he flies to India, where it turns out that his mom is still alive, thank goodness, and they start making food together in India, and that's the end of that's the end of the game is they make up and be happy in India together. And I was like, bro, what the fuck? You were shitty your whole life. Like, oh my gosh, kid was a little asshole.
Reminds me of To the Moon.
It was I was like, this is a surprisingly dark turn all of a sudden, and there's like no words in it. It's just text that goes across the screen. But I was like, damn, it was
It's
really
pretty
good
sad.
though.
Did you ever play To the Moon?
I did not. It is or Venba's on Xbox Game Pass though. If you would like to play it, it's a good game. It's a lot of fun.
So To the Moon
Are you
is
crying? What happened?
yeah, that was really sad.
I didn't say it was happy.
So it's a psychological drama game. But basically it's really simple. It's like you're just looking top down type little RPG puzzle game.
Okay.
And you play two doctors who are trying to reconstruct his memories in order to fulfill his dying wish, which is to
Hmm.
go to the moon. But you start going through all of his memories trying to figure out like where he went wrong, why he couldn't get to the moon, and basically you and this other doctor realized the only reason he didn't go to the moon was because he fell in love. He met the love of his life and chose to pursue a life with her instead
Yeah.
of going to the moon. So they erase her. They erase her from all of his memories. Like you are forced to go through each of the memories and
Just to
turn him
delete
away from
her.
so he can fulfill his wish of going to the moon. I was so angry doing it. I was sobbing for like the last 30 minutes of the
Such a
game.
shitty thing. What the fuck?
It ends well. Like it's a good ending. You end up still getting them together. You would oh God, I'm gonna cry all over again.
Yeah.
You end up meeting your wife again at NASA, and they get to go to the moon together.
Are you
Yes,
okay?
it was so sad because in the game, I didn't say this, but in the game, his wife is already dead. So like you're erasing memories of his dead wife so he can live his dream.
Oh
So
my gosh.
and
What
I
the
almost stopped
what?
playing it, but I was streaming it and they were like, "No, I promise it's like a good ending. Like just keep going."
It's a good ending. Is it? Is
So
it though?
the ending, they still get together. They meet at like NASA basically, and they end up going to the moon together.
Oh my gosh.
But that kind of shit just gets me, man.
Yeah.
Plus, like also that game you were describing, it reminded me of this book I read in high school.
Mhm.
I think it was called Letters to Gogol or something like that. But it's the same thing. It takes place
Okay.
like this Indian immigrant family, they moved from India to America, and it's like all about this kid's struggles to grow up and balancing, you know, assimilating into American culture, but also
Yeah,
not letting
dude,
his culture die. It was so sad.
it was like half it was okay. It was like 2/3 that kid's fault and like 1/3 the parents' fault. Because they were when he was at home, all they would do is like, "No, speak Tamil. You need to speak Tamil." And he's like, "Why? We're in Canada. Like, why wouldn't we speak English?" And like they were like so adamant. I'm like, "You guys could have also tried like to speak English around him and improve your English as well, though." Like they would only speak Tamil around him and like refuse to talk. And I was like, all right, it's like half
Yeah.
on you,
I think it's really hard on both
like,
sides. Like I bet for a family like that, it would feel like your kid is disrespecting your culture. But then as a kid, obviously you want to fit in with your peers and I never
Yeah,
get
like, you're
that.
not
Like, do
gonna show
people
up to school and fucking speak Tamil,
well,
like, it's
do
not gonna
people really
happen.
make fun of other people for bringing, like, ethnic food and stuff like that to school?
I never did. If someone showed up and they had, like,
I'd be
some
like, "Give
fucking,
me
like,
some."
Indian curry or whatever, I'd be like, "What is that?" And they'd tell me about, like, "That smells awesome," you know?
Yeah, but I mean, we did grow up in Vegas, so, like, y you know, I'm sure if you grew
Yeah,
up
like,
in
I would
small
try
town
new
Canada, it
foods
might
and
be a little
stuff, yeah.
harder. And I don't know how another country might affect that because, like, obviously our country is made up of much different cultures, but other countries that maybe are less diverse, I don't know. I don't know much about the makeup of Canada, so I can't speak on that.
I saw someone posted a screenshot of a job application, and it was like, "Ah, yes, the two places you can live in Canada," and it said, "What province are you from?" And it said, "Quebec, not Quebec."
Not that is technically true,
They're like,
yeah.
"Ah, yes, the 2 provinces of Canada, Quebec and not Quebec."
I need to do my Duolingo.
You're what?
My Duolingo, it's been a few days.
Oh my gosh, you lost your streak? Oh,
Yep,
no. You're terrible. Is it the depression?
yep.
Oh my gosh.
But sometimes that's the only thing that's fun. Like, when I hear the
Depression.
sound of getting things right on Duolingo, it's like a little
Blip, blip.
dopamine hit.
I hate the sound when it goes wrong because most of the time it's just like, ah ha ha, you used an A instead of an O on this word that you learned 2 seconds ago. And I'm like,
Yeah.
my bad. Like,
I will say Duolingo's approach, it works well because, like, you learn to speak really quickly, but they don't go over, like, the grammar rules a lot, and you have to, like, pay to even see the grammar rules and stuff like that, so
that is true.
dang, it's been a while.
It's been a while for what?
I know, it's like, "It's been a while." I love the accent on music.
Did you know? Okay, the kid who played Zero in Holes,
Mhm.
do you know his name?
No.
Me neither. Anyway, we,
I
I
don't think he's been
saw,
in anything else.
no, I saw a picture of him the other day. That's pretty much the only thing he's been in. But somebody's put a picture and they're like, you remember this blah blah blah, this guy who played Zero in Holes? You ever wonder what he was been up to after that? Well, recently he won a Mortal Kombat tournament
Really?
while dressed as Powerline from the Goofy movie. It's I was like, "That guy is
I
awesome.
guess
That
his
guy's
name
a
is
hero."
Cleo Thomas?
Yes. Yes, he recently won. Let's see, where's the news at? Yeah, he won a Mortal Kombat tournament in a Goofy movie costume. Yup, that's it. Here it is.
He's a streamer.
I don't doubt it. Yeah,
I'm gonna
like,
follow him. He doesn't have a
check
lot of followers for a celebrity.
check this out. Look. Look at that Powerline costume. He won.
Sub-Zero. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, he made a little video.
He's got he's got a Powerline video, eye to eye.
Look,
He's sitting there playing Mortal Kombat. I love it, dude. 1995 World Tour. Look at this music video that he made. He full on produced a full
yeah,
music
that's what
video
the first
as
video was that I showed
Powerline.
you.
I want to listen to that. That looks great.
He likes to solve puzzles.
He's still friends with Shia LaBeouf, apparently, or at least he talks to him. I don't know. Dude, what?
One of my employees texts me, "Happy birthday to the best friend and manager, but don't ever think about work ever."
Cleo Thomas. Let's see what else he's been in. He's in Holes. He was in Shameless for a couple episodes.
Oh, I didn't like Shameless. I didn't watch it.
He's in Walking Tall and Roll Bounce. Huh.
Okay.
All right.
Well, can we wrap up this podcast? I really gotta pee.
You've had to pee for the last hour and a half.
I got a hiccup, sorry.
It was such
It was like a weird, like there was like a rebound. Well,
oh
we
man.
talked about stuff and things and hope your ears enjoyed it.
Give us a quick recap of all the things we talked about today. Go.
My birthday
Yeah.
and being drunk
Okay.
and the planet sucking and the government sucking and a bunch of different video games.
Stop dropping that.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what you got.
And then I cried.
And then I cried. That's a good recap.
Do you have anything to add?
No, I only remember the crying.
Well, it's your turn.
It's my turn to cry. All right.
Yeah, to do the outro.
Give me a sad story. Go on. I can take it.
My bank account.
No, that's just a sad fact. It's only sad for you and my wallet. Let's see who's listening. Somebody in unknown and somebody in South Korea. We see you out there. If you're in unknown, have fun with that.
That's interesting. Last week it was India.
India. Last week it was India. Let's look. Do. Yep. Oh yeah. We got 4 India and unknown, 3 unknowns, mostly from the US, Canada, Finland, Japan, Sweden.
If you're a listener
Welcome
from
back
India,
in.
since we talked about India a little bit today, if you're a listener from India, send us some recipes, man. Like,
Yes,
I
yes,
don't
yes.
know different types of curry. I know there are different types of curry. I really only know butter curry. Send me some food recipes. I will make it. I love food.
That's true.
I prefer, like, Japanese is probably my favorite, but
Well, that's gonna do it for us this week. We appreciate your time and your ears and all
yeah.
the things in between. If
Thanks
you've
for
got something
listening.
in there. Ripley's just staring at me because she doesn't know what happens next. So we'll be back next week as always. If you liked what you heard, make sure you share this with all your friends. We appreciate it. And we will see you next time.
Bye.